Not punishments that are being rendered. It is just the consequence of being here illegally. Now, in terms of this judge, we are not at all surprised.
The governor also says he has asked the Department of Homeland Security to expand detention space in Florida because there's not currently enough room to house undocumented immigrants if the scale of removals will reach President Trump's goals. Right now, the state only has 3 large-scale facilities. The governor says those centers could be set up quickly if given the go-ahead. There could be up to 80,000 people in the state with final removal orders. Live in the Alert Center tonight, Marlisa Goldsmith, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Marlisa. And that announcement comes as hundreds of people across the country are taking part in May Day protests.
There is a Fight for Freedom demonstration happening right now in Brevard County. And Fox 35's Manny Martinez is joining us live in Melbourne right now. Manny, you are hearing from those protesters. What are they telling you?
Very passionate, Luann, about these first 100 days of the Trump administration. And the crowd here in Melbourne has been growing for the better part of the past couple of hours. Right now, though, the majority of the crowd is crossing over the causeway as part of that demonstration here after a gathering at Front Street Park. Now, this event here put together by the Space Coast Progressive Alliance, they helped put it together. It's the 3rd one like this in the past month here in Brevard County, each protesting similar issues from the economy to public education and immigration. Organizers say the Trump administration is trying to silence immigrant voices, so today's rally, they say, is to speak up for immigrants.
Undocumented immigrants in particular don't have a legal status from which to fight legally against the Trump administration. So we're out here calling attention to the things that Donald Trump has been doing to them.
I've been very successful with my family, my homes. It's what you do with immigrants. This country is made by immigrants.
So this rally is supposed to last here in Melbourne until 7 o'clock. So far, it has been peaceful. Live in Melbourne, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Manny, thank you. And our live team coverage continues now. People are rallying outside of the Orange County Jail as well. They're upset that local officials are working with ICE. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is live at that protest now. So, Marie, there are dozens of people out there behind you.
You might be able to hear them chanting behind me right now. They're saying, stand up, fight back. I'll take a step out so you can get a better look. They've also been chanting for justice, democracy, transparency, and more. They say immigrants, whether they are here legally or not, are being profiled and treated unfairly. They want local authorities to stop cooperating with ICE agents. They also say they want answers about an agreement between the Orange County Jail and ICE. This group claims the federal government is not covering the full cost of what it takes to house a detainee at the Orange County Jail, meaning Orange County taxpayers are picking up the expense to hold people accused of being in the country illegally.
Immigrant workers are an essential part of our economy. There's so much going on with the economy right now, with inflation, with job loss. We want to make sure that we're using our taxes for the community, not for deportations.
There are others here who have been talking about the way people have been treated, not just how money is being spent, but the actual human element of that. They're planning to continue that through the weekend. There's another protest planned for Saturday from 3 to 5. That's out City Hall for May Day. Live in Orlando, Marie Ettinger, Fox 35 News.
Marie, thank you. Well, right now, the drought intensity has increased all across the state. More areas are in extreme or severe drought right now. And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Berggren is with us tonight.
Almost to the weekend and maybe some rain on the way finally.
Yeah, Sunday, John. Sunday afternoon, there'll be some rain. So if you're trying to make plans, beach, theme park, golf this weekend. Saturday, definitely better. Sunday, I would golf or beach or theme park first half of the day, definitely. We need rain, so it's good news. Here's the updated drought monitor. Almost 90% of the state is now in some form of drought, and about 20% of the state is in severe or worse drought. We've got extreme drought still in red from the Villages to Daytona Beach. Here's the rain deficits since the dry season started, which was the middle of last October. And you can notice 10+ inches now below average in the Villages, 9.9 in Daytona, 7.8 Sanford Lake Mary, about 9 inches below average since the middle of last October in Orlando, 7 Titusville, 6.7 in Melbourne, 6+ in Lakeland. So we need a lot of rain, not just a couple of days with showers. And you can see statewide, the entire peninsula is in drought. Rain over the last 30 days. This is eye-opening, folks. Look at this. The stripe in the Midwest and the heartland, they've had 300% or more of the normal rain. 3 times the normal rain. Here, 2%. Pretty remarkable, from flooding to nothing over the last couple of weeks. We'll talk to you more about that Sunday storm chance coming up.
Noah, thank you. A memorial fund has now been set up for the family of a teenage girl who was hit and killed while crossing the street near her school. The deadly crash happened back on Monday, right outside Oak Ridge High School. The Orange County Public Schools Foundation says 16-year-old Keisha Fenelon was a bright light to everyone who met her. The money will be used to help with funeral expenses and to honor her memory. Some new details now. The 17-year-old accused of shooting up the Cabana Live Club in Sanford last year was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Christopher Bowie pleaded no contest this week, 1 week before jury selection was set to begin in his trial. But he is now appealing that sentence.
Also, a Fox 35 investigation is getting answers. Hundreds of drivers in Brevard County were sent tickets saying that they were caught speeding through school zones in Miami-Dade County. Problem is, they weren't driving in Miami. Turns out the school zone cameras in Miami and the ones in Palm Bay were somehow put together. Those two cities are a long ways apart, so someone made a mistake and lumped them all together. Fox 35's Esther Bowers digging into it today.
The company tells me they take full responsibility for an employee error that sent more than 200 wrong tickets to drivers here in Palm Bay.
My brain's going to somebody's trying to scam an 80-year-old woman out of $100.
We called the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office to see if this was a scam. They connected us with the company in charge of the tickets.
And we take full responsibility, obviously.
The vice president of Red Speed USA says an employee made an error.
So the site code got changed inadvertently to a site code that's associated with a Miami-Dade site.
This means the pictures and videos on the tickets are Palm Bay drivers, but the tickets were printed and sourced to the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office. We're told around 215 wrong tickets went out in the mail. The VP still believes the drivers were speeding, but won't fine them because of the misprint.
We've implemented new measures to prevent that in the future, because we've never seen that happen before in the 6+ years, not only here in Florida, but in Georgia, that Red Speed's been functioning.
Red Speed's cameras have been functioning for less than a year in Palm Bay, and this isn't the first hiccup. A few months ago, we told you when police stopped the program because of other glitches where drivers were sent tickets with wrong information.
Something just doesn't add up with them.
And that's not where I was.
This is the second setback, and some city council members have had enough.
It is not working properly. Even when we're not getting tickets from Miami, we're still getting bad tickets throughout the city. This Miami problem was, I think, the last straw, though, in my opinion.
Chandler Langevin plans to bring up the new issues at Thursday's city council meeting and wants the system shut down.
And these cameras are bad for the city. They're bad for the city's economy. They're bad for the city's culture.
And if you got a ticket from the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, still be checking your mail, because you should also be receiving a dismissal letter letting you know you don't have to pay the ticket. Sheriff's Office also tells me if you have specific questions, reach out to them. That email, jot it down, is sscp@mdso.com. They will look into your specific situation and see if that ticket was wrong. Reporting in Palm Bay, Esther Bauer, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Esther. Of course, Palm Bay, not the only city here in Central Florida using these school zone cameras. You can find them in cities in Osceola County and also in the city of Eustis. Orlando expected to have their cameras operating later on this year, and Titusville also discussing installing them as well. By the way, if you do get a ticket and you think something is wrong, you need to contact the police department that sent it to you. Well, coming up here on the News Edge at 6, a man surprised to find his home damaged by a fire. But the cause of the blaze is even more unbelievable.
And first responders in DeLand are getting some upgrades to help save lives. Hear from one woman who was able to save her husband's life with an AED. Plus,
I'm Jessica Ely at the Advent Health Training Center. We just got a chance to catch up with the Orlando Magic after their first round exit in the NBA playoffs. Coming up in the Fox 35 Sports Zone, we talked to them about how they're approaching this offseason.
All new at 6, new AEDs are popping up in public places all over the city of DeLand.
Yeah, leaders there want the life-saving devices to be within reach for everyone in case of the event of an emergency. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte explains the special meaning behind this new project.
Life-saving technology never far away.
That's what this is about, making it easy for the person to use, and therefore it's easy to save the person's life.
The city of DeLand just bought 28 new automated external defibrillators as part of its plan to upgrade their equipment. Firefighters say these AEDs matter when it comes to life or death.
The actual screen on there walks a person through because we know there's apprehension with an individual that sees somebody go down in sudden cardiac arrest.
A staff member with the fire department knows this firsthand when her husband had a cardiac emergency at a baseball tournament.
And he ended up going into sudden cardiac arrest at the end of one of the games and was revived by CPR and then AED that was on site.
It was that AED that made the difference.
One of his teammates was a retired fire chief, and so he went into action right away. There were 2 other off-duty first responders there, so they grabbed the AED and placed it on him and shocked him twice. And then when the EMTs got there, they actually had to shock him again with it.
These AEDs will be placed around the city of DeLand.
We've identified 28 spots throughout the city on city properties that we could place these AEDs to be readily available to the public.
And the city hopes to buy 8 more in the fall to expand people's access to them.
We're strong believers in early CPR and early defibrillation, and it is proven that those truly saves lives and is crucial when it comes to sudden cardiac arrest.
Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
From Fox 35 Mission Control, today 2 NASA astronauts conducted the 5th all-female spacewalk in history. Nicole Ayers and Ann McClain left the International Space Station just after 8 o'clock this morning. They installed a mounting bracket to prepare for a new set of solar panels to be installed on the station. This is McClain's 3rd spacewalk and the first one for Ayers.
Take a live look right now at the Space Coast on this Thursday evening. SpaceX launching 2 rockets over the next 4 days. The first expected to blast off at 9:51 tonight. The second will take off early morning hours on Sunday. Launch time for that one, 4:48. Both will carry Falcon 9 rockets into low Earth orbit. And Noah Bergeron is back with us right now.
So Noah, I'm going to guess that tonight's launch probably has a better chance of taking off than Monday morning, since we're going to see some rain maybe Sunday and Monday.
Your guess would be correct, Luann, right on the ball. And in fact, tonight's will be really visible. We don't have a lot of low-level clouds on the Space Coast. Now, this was rescheduled from April 30th. They're going to send up about 30 of the V2 mini satellites, which provides the internet across the world. About 100% chance that this is going to go off just before 10 o'clock tonight. And just a few passing clouds in the area with an east wind, but the clouds in the wind appear to be below the criteria that would cancel the launch. Our radar is getting a lot of quiet weather over the last few weeks, a break. Things continue to be relatively at a minimum, a little bit of an east to southeast wind. Up in Marion County in Ocala, a little bit thicker layer of some cirrus clouds just kind of masking the sunshine out there. Continues to be the headline. We've exhaustively talked about this, and for good reason. Rain deficits since the dry season began the middle of last October are now pushing 10 inches below average in some spots. Remember, when you see these rain deficits, which the storm team, we've showed you a lot, you don't really want to get it all in one sitting. So don't look at these and go, oh, well, just root for a 10-inch rainstorm in one day. You want it spread out over a period of time so we don't have a flood getting too much at once. And a good part of the state is in drought now, and it's really bad down in South Florida. You see a huge area there of extreme drought. All right, so the radar is quiet. No rain tonight or tomorrow, but on Sunday, this is the target area for PM and evening storms. In this green shaded area, they'll pop somewhere just west of Orlando and track to the east, and in the green is the most likely area for showers and storms late Sunday. I think they'll be most prevalent once they get to the I-95 corridor Sunday afternoon. Small chance of a thunder shower popping Saturday, but I think most spots are dry. Monday there can be some showers too, then the chances go back down quite a bit heading into next Tuesday. 70s at the beaches, 80s inland, warm spot, 85 Clearmont in the Villages. A little bit breezy on the beaches, winds from the due east. east. On the high-res visible satellite, you can see there are some clouds, but no rain, no big clouds out there over the Sunshine State. A lot of severe weather this week, and that continues. Big-time severe weather night in Texas. Look at all these severe thunderstorm warnings here. A couple of tornado warnings on the ground now. These are mainly big-time hail producers. Some hail up to baseballs tonight there, and a couple of more severe storms up in southern PA. But outside of that, things are pretty quiet across the country. On the infrared satellite, you can see the explosion of those thunderstorms here in South Texas, but that front that's causing that will help give us at least some chance of rain on Sunday. Temperatures now 90 in Houston, 85 it feels like in Orlando, 81 Miami, 85 in Raleigh, 62 Chicago, 81 right now currently in Nashville. All right, tomorrow 60s, low 60s north and west, closer to 70 on the Space Coast. Highs tomorrow, mid to high 80s inland, maybe a few low 90s. Ocala, Gainesville, 85 Palm Coast, Ormond Beach, 82 in Cocoa Beach, and 84 in Titusville. So weekend plans, Saturday's definitely better. If you're doing things Sunday, late in the day, there will be a lot of showers and storms. And again, on Monday, I'll talk to you much more about that next week forecast at about 6:45.
All right, Noah, thank you much. Still to come tonight, the teen who won the hearts of many people after being introduced by President Trump has reached his goal of being sworn in by 1,000 police departments. How he's celebrating next.